Most financial advice is aimed at the spender, the person who buys too many shoes, the person who eats out too often, the person who keeps making little emotional purchases. But that is not always the real problem. For a lot of high earners, the problem is not the little treats, it's the infrastructure. Once your income reaches a certain level, the math of your life changes. At lower income levels, there are limits placed on you. A landlord limits what you can rent. A lender limits what you can borrow. Your choices are constrained for you. But once your income gets high enough, those guardrails start to disappear. Now you qualify for the bigger mortgage, the luxury car, the polished neighborhood, the version of adulthood that looks successful from the outside. And that is where the cage begins. This is the first layer of the fortress, the fixed cost trap. A lot of high earners stretch their lives to the outer edge of what they qualify for, assuming that high income automatically means high security. But it doesn't. A high income with high fixed costs is often more fragile than a modest income with a wide margin. That is the part people miss. The fortress gets stronger through what I call the lifestyle multiplier effect. Most people think of a purchase as one event. You buy the respectable house in the good neighborhood. But it rarely stays one decision. That house creates a chain reaction. Now the yard has to be maintained. Now the social environment comes with unspoken costs. Now the friend group takes a certain kind of trip. Now the driveway calls for a certain kind of car. Now that car comes with premium gas, higher insurance, and expensive maintenance. One yes creates 10 more. Everything you own has a second cost. Not just the purchase price. The upkeep, the maintenance, the mental energy, the storage, the social expectation attached to it. For high earners, this multiplier effect turns a successful-looking life into an ecosystem of obligations. You did not just buy a house. You bought the maintenance bill, the furnishing standard, the repairs, the landscaping, the neighborhood expectations. That is how a good life quietly becomes an expensive machine. So why do intelligent, high-earning adults fall for this? Because of respectability. There is a status tax built into professional life. We are taught that success is supposed to look a certain way, a certain car, a certain zip code, a certain school, a certain version of doing well. And once you internalize that, spending stops being just financial. It becomes symbolic. Fake wealth is loud. Real wealth is quiet. The most dangerous part of the fixed cost fortress is not just the spending itself. It is what the spending destroys. Optionality. True wealth is not measured by what you can buy. It is measured by what you can choose. Can you leave a toxic boss? Can you take time off? Can you survive disruption? A high income does not guarantee freedom. If most of it is already spoken for, you are not building wealth. You are sustaining a structure. So, how do you escape a cage you built yourself? Not by cutting small expenses, by changing the structure. Define enough before income defines it for you. Apply the replacement test. Optimize for stealth wealth. Pay yourself first. The goal is not to build a financial life that looks impressive. It is to build one that is hard to break. Your income is a tool, not a trophy. Real wealth is the ability to walk away.